and one remarkable story about one photojournalist who followed Nicaraguans after a war 40 years ago. Plus, it's ski season, and that means people need new ski gear. See how one CSU department helps supply people with new equipment. All this tonight on CTV News.
Crowd after an 80,000-pound crane finally got its wheels back on the ground. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Dylan Thomas.
And I'm Anna Ald.
A crane that was left hanging overnight is finally back on the ground. Today it took a crew about 7 hours to get a crane stable again after being off the ground for 29 hours. A tree had lifted it. It took 6 reinforcement cranes and a lot of counterbalance to get the equipment down. The crane hung above a house overnight. Luckily, the family stayed in a hotel last night. No one was hurt, but during this operation, crew members could not be specific about what happened in this, as it is still under investigation.
Many students know the frustrations of parking on campus, and Colorado State University is trying to fix the problem and is looking into several different options, including privatizing its parking.
There's not enough room for everyone, and especially when you're trying to make it to class on time, there's never anywhere to park, and I've been late to class multiple times, affecting my studies.
University officials even said that the university's current parking landscape is unsophisticated and a mishmash of service lots and limited number of parking permits.
There's not enough for how many students we have, and it's just absolutely ridiculous trying to park on campus in the mornings.
CSU finds itself with a couple different options here, one being keeping the relatively low parking rates and subsidized parking improvements using other funding resources, or to raise the parking rates over a 10-year span to be level with other peer institutions. However, increased rates could pay for parking garages and more community transits.
More parking structures, like instead of just parking lots, like build upwards, not outwards.
Many students believe that building parking garages will solve the problem. CSU has been trying to fix the parking problem for years. In 2005, it was stated that a parking plan called for use of more shuttles and construction of more parking garages on the periphery of CSU's campus. But as the economy took a turn, the plan was put on hold 2 years later. With a possible new stadium in our future, CSU parking could be a whole different story.
Parking plans, including parking rates, have to be approved by the CSU System Board of Governors. The next opportunity to sign off on a new plan is at the board meeting's next meeting in May.
Yet another bike versus car crash happened last night, and this time it was a hit and run. CSU student Michael Patterson is in critical condition today at the Medical Center of the Rockies. Police say this incident would have been the cyclist's fault, but the driver of the vehicle left the scene. The driver of a 4-door sedan hit Patterson and left the scene. The driver has not been identified, but police say that the woman might look a little like this. If you have any information, please contact the Fort Collins Police Department. And now weather anchor Kelsey McAllister is here with us for a few weather updates.
Thanks for joining us, Kelsey.
Sure. You know, guys, there was a lot of sunshine today and it was warm. Did you get outside and enjoy the weather?
It was great today.
Yeah, it was great.
It was beautiful. Well, taking a look at today's highs, we definitely saw well above average temperatures. We saw highs hovering around that mid to upper 50-degree point, and we even saw places over 60 degrees. Look at Lamar and Pueblo. Colorado Springs, you're sitting about 52 degrees, 59 in Denver, and 54 in Fort Collins. But the high country was a little bit cooler, of course, because they're going to be expecting some more snow, hopefully, to help with those ski seasons. I'll let you know what the 7-day looks like after the break, and I'll keep you updated on lows for tonight.
All right, thank you very much, Kelsey. The snow is coming and the ski slopes are opening. That means new gear for many skiers and snowboarders around the town. See how CSU is supplying the necessary ski gear.
And Trader Joe's is coming to town. See when and where the California-based store will break ground in Fort Collins. Stay tuned after the break.
Solving real-world problems is a hallmark of research at Colorado State University. The Engines and Energy Conversion Lab at CSU is committed to meeting the global energy challenges of the 21st century. Developing countries use our clean-burning wood stoves, giving them safe and sustainable technology, helping to reduce indoor air pollution and improving the quality of lives. Colorado State University Research. Local discovery, global impact.
Packers,
Vikings,
Red State, Blue State.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
But when we live united, we create real lasting change in the education, income, and health of our country.
United.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Sign up at liveunited.org.
We are rolling.
All right, Mama's gonna bring you home. Mama's gonna bring no.
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
Let's see what you can do. Let's go.
Search Weekend for ideas on how to get healthy together.
As the winter season approaches, the Warner College of Natural Resources hosted an event that gave CSU faculty and students the opportunity to stock up on winter activity gear.
So you bring some of your stuff, maybe you don't get rid of much, but it's a chance to kind of show off what you have, talk to people, you know.
The Warner College of Natural Resources hosted their annual Gear Swap Wednesday, an event which allows students and staff to buy and sell gently used outdoor equipment.
We wanted to sell some gear that we had that we don't want anymore, and we just figured that we could do it here at CSU.
The main goal of the event was to bring the students and staff of the Warner College together.
We really want to foster community within the college, and doing this brings everybody together.
Events like this give staff an outlet to socializing with students.
You know, I don't see all of these students very often, unless it's in a class or at Pingree, and to just kind of hang out and chat is really nice.
Booths were charged a small fee to participate in the event.
Also, it's also raising money for the council, and we use that money throughout the year to put on other events.
Many of the items for sale are sold at high prices in retail stores. The event allows people who are seeking to be adventurous an opportunity to be active on a more reasonable price scale.
But there's some pretty cool stuff. There's rock climbing stuff, snowboarding, skiing, boots, anything winter related, so it's a good place to pick up stuff you need for the winter.
Many walked away from the event with new gear for their hobbies, and others left with a stronger sense of community within the college.
You'd love to make a little dough, but I bought some like snowboarding boots for my son for like a super steal, and that's the kind of thing, is to come out, see what there is, but also to socialize. It's really important.
Both students and faculty members were selling their gently used items at the event. Prices were based off the condition of the gear, combined with the asking price from the owner. And speaking of snow, weather anchor Kelsey McAllister is joining us with a weekly weather update.
Kelsey, I saw your tweet earlier about maybe some rain. What's going on there?
You know, guys, there's a slight chance that we could see a couple isolated storms and showers rolling into the northern Colorado area from Wyoming. If we see anything, it'll be a light rain shower overall. The chances aren't very high, I'd say 5 or 10%, but we might see a little something. But currently outside, we're looking at temperatures hovering in the 30s. It's currently 38 degrees out right now, but with the wind chill, it's about 33 degrees, and that's coming from the northwest at 5 miles per hour. So overall, it's pretty chilly outside, and we're going to see these temperatures continue to drop into the overnight hours. Tonight's lows, we're going to see temperatures hovering around that freezing point and even below it in a lot of areas. 30 in Fort Collins, 38 in Denver, 34 in the Springs, and 33 in Pueblo. But if you look, Gunnison and Alamosa, you're both going to be sitting in the teens, so make sure you are bundled up, bring in your pets, and keep everything safe if you are heading up to the high country for the weekend. Vail 22 and 24 in Craig. Grand Junction, you're going to be slightly warmer at 33 degrees. The Eastern Plains, Lyman, you're sitting about 23 degrees, but Lyman is always one of those spots that stays extra cool for us on the state of Colorado. Sterling 29, 33 in Burlington, and Lamar, you're going to get down to about 29 degrees tonight. But tomorrow we will see almost a carbon copy of what we saw today. So definitely nice, mild temperatures then. 63 for Fort Collins, 68 in Denver, 68 in Colorado Springs, but we'll see 72 degrees in Pueblo. Overall, it's going to be a relatively nice and mild day. The high country is going to be a little bit cooler with temperatures hovering around that 30 and 40 degree mark, but western slope is going to be nice. In the Eastern Plains, we're going to see temperatures in those low to mid 70s in some of the areas, but we're definitely going to see a nice trend as we warm up throughout the week. We're going to see nice conditions as we head into the weekend. We're going to see 60 degrees on Saturday with mostly sunny skies. Sunday will again have 60 degrees, a little bit warmer of a low though, so that'll be definitely a nice day. But by Monday, we'll drop down just slightly into those upper 50s. Averages are in the mid 50s for us at this time of year, so we're definitely going to get back into the mid 50s by the end of the week. Thursday, we'll have temperatures right at our seasonal average, but looking at this 7-day forecast, we're going to see lots of sunshine, and it's going to be a lot nicer than the snowstorms we've seen move in over the past couple of weeks. Well, that's all the weather I have for you tonight, Rams. Stay warm this weekend, and we'll see you back here next week. Back to you, Anna.
Thanks, Kelsey. Trader Joe's is coming to Fort Collins. The company released an official statement today saying they will build the 5th Colorado store on College and Horsetooth, an area across from the new Foothills Mall. They hope to break ground in 2014, and the store is planning to be completed by the end of 2014 as well. The question you may have is whether or not the famous 2-Buck Chuck will be sold. Trader Joe's said they will most likely not be selling this as due to Colorado's liquor laws. Dylan, I'm really excited about Trader Joe's coming. What do you think about it?
You know, I've never had the opportunity to step into one. It sounds like it's going to be a really nice store to be able to shop at, though, because with the few stores that are in this state, a lot of people have been giving them good feedback, and also there's like this national reputation that they have. So I'm really excited to be able to test it out and see what it's like.
I think Fort Collins will really enjoy a Trader Joe's.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it turns out. Well, a team of photojournalists went down to Nicaragua to capture the lives of natives on film before and after the Contra War. See how these journalists got inspired to publish a book after this adventure.
We'll be right back. Stay tuned after the break.
It's committed to expanding access to education. Today, that includes online learning. CSU brings faculty and programs to students around the state and around the world. With flexibility to earn a degree online from a world-class university, and the ability to balance education with work and family. Learn more at succeedwithcsu.org.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
This book, Nicaragua, Surviving the Legacy of U.S. Policy, was premiered on campus yesterday by Pamela Fitzpatrick and Paul Dix. CTV reporter Bryn Carmen was there with how the remarkable book was created.
Pamela Fitzpatrick and Paul Dix were welcomed to CSU yesterday presenting their book, Nicaragua, Surviving the Legacy of U.S. Policy. Through 1985 and into the mid-1990s, Paul went to Nicaragua with his camera to document the effects of the U.S.-funded Contra War. In 2002, from the thousands of photographs he took, Paul chose 100 Nicaraguans to follow up with. He and Pam journeyed to Nicaragua on 4 separate trips for a total of 18 months to locate all the individuals he had previously photographed. From there, they were able to show pictures taken in the 90s and new photos to record testimonies for their book. Paul Dix was able to share on some of his most memorable moments of the times with the Nicaraguan people.
Yet they would go through their experiences in the war, where perhaps they lost a limb or saw someone tortured or something like that, and yet they were determined to share that experience with us. They needed somebody to listen to them, actually.
The most humbling thing taken away from this book presentation was how touched the Nicaraguan people were to have been given a voice by Paul and Pamela. Paul and Pamela's remarkable book humbles us all on the tragedies the country of Nicaragua have faced and how this book gives a little hope and voice to the thousands unheard. Reporting for CTV News, I'm Bryn Carmen.
For more information about the book or where you can purchase one, please visit nicaraguafototestimony.org.
You know, it's really interesting to see how journalists can use their craft to tell a lot of stories, especially something like this where they're going to spend a lot of time over a long period of time where they're going to go back to a country after a long period of time and try and redocument and tell the stories of those people who may not have their voices heard in another way.
And you know, I looked at the book already and it has great photos, so that is a huge deal with photography as well.
And we heard it's $35, right?
Yes, $35, and I think you can find it at only a few select stores, but
sounds like a steal.
It'll be a good thing to check out.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining us tonight, and remember to check us out on CTV News on Collegian.com or on our Twitter account @CollegianC.
And we only have 6 more shows left, so tune in every Tuesday and